Recording in progress.
What it do, what it do, what it do. It is your boy, Andrew Schultz, aka Mr. Goody Two Shoes. And who am I with, as always? Joseph Huggins, aka Old Man Huggie. Talk shit or get off the pod, episode 152. People are saying, the cats and dogs, they're huffing galaxy gas, and then the Haitians are eating them motherfuckers. What's up?
They're eating cats. They're eating dogs. They're eating cats. They're eating people's pets. Like that pause. I don't know why nobody picked up on that pause. He was like thinking of something else that people are eating.
Yeah.
That he just like had to jump to pets because that's all he could really say. I was hoping he'd be like, they're eating weasels, hamsters. They're cooking the hamsters kebab style because they're cute and small and they fit on the kebab stick. It's a terrible thing.
Like I was ready for it because we had brought up the Aurora, Colorado shit.
Yep.
Last week on the pod,
and I was gonna bring up this shit before the debate,
Yeah.
and then he did it in the debate.
Yeah, and then and then the dogs and shit from Springfield, Ohio. So like that was already debunked. Like I saw that, and so when he says Aurora, Colorado, and Springfield, I'm like, oh fuck. He's like. And then he just goes after it. I'm glad that he picked the eating the dogs and cats, like as opposed to like the taking over an apartment.
Yeah, because that was like uber debunked, like on so many levels.
Well, yeah, I know, but it's just not as crazy.
Yes, but
like,
no,
that's gonna be iconic.
There was
forever.
Yeah,
Trump talking about like people eating pets,
immigrants eating pets
on a debate. Yeah,
that's some wild shit.
Yeah.
Like, all he had to do was basically, like, drop a slur, and he could have just, like... But that was kind of racist, like, implying that immigrants eat pets.
Well, obviously it's racist.
But I'm saying, like, normally it's targeted at a specific group. But so
is.
I know, but so I feel like it was a pivot. I think he went, like, he targeted more, like, South America. That's normally, like,
Haiti.
Yeah, like, Haiti. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he pivoted... and made it about somebody else. Because normally that would come from, like, you know, over in, like, the Asia continents. It's like an old Asian joke or whatever, some boomer racism shit. So it's interesting to have that applied to someone like to Tropical. Like, that's new. So while it's a new branch of racism off of the eating cats and dogs tree, we never really had, like, a Hispanic descent, a Latin descent, racial stereotype.
The Haitians speak French. I don't know if it's Latin.
Well, I mean, I said tropical because that's tropical climate.
It's tropical, yeah.
Tropical, you know. I mean, I feel like they'd be like, "Well, we're Haitians, we're not French," and it'd be this whole thing.
It is on the island Hispania because that is Haiti and the Dominican together.
So you know, just a little. It's a spicier take. It's a spicier take on racism and like. You know, there's. I mean, it's, you know.
Are you being racist now?
No, there's just a little bit of spicy flavors, man. You know.
Okay, so I asked my mom. I was like, how many times? This is before the debate. How many times do you think Trump's going to say the N-word? And she goes, and she goes, what? I don't think he'll say it any times. Like he wouldn't say that at a debate. I was like, oh, but you think he would say it? And then she was like, no, I've never heard him say it. And then I was like, well, you know, he calls Kamala apparently like behind closed doors like that bitch like all the time. And she goes, well, I'm sure she has many expletives for him. And I was like, well, that's true. I've got a ton. So yeah, I guess I can't really hate.
No, but you know, it was expansive. He was like ad-libbing in his racism, and it was cool. I mean, granted, it's debunk conspiracy theories, but to put that out there, like I don't think I've ever heard like somebody make a public racist statement about someone.
You know where you
from
saw that too? It was like I think JD Vance was like on Hannity talking about that shit.
Well, it started it was all over Twitter. Elon Musk retweeted a bunch of
like
shit.
where Trump saw that.
Oh yeah.
So JD Vance just set his ass up like.
He might have done that on purpose, dude. JD might be like, dude, I don't know if we're going to win this, and fuck this guy. He keeps saying I'm weird.
And then Trump threw his ass under the bus, like, on the abortion ban. Like,
yeah.
Veto. He was like, well, your vice president said that you guys would veto a national abortion ban. He's like, I didn't even talk to JD about that.
Well, yeah, episode 152, Save the Cats and Dogs from the Galaxy Gas. I'm excited. I was talking to you about this shit too, but we'll just get right into therapy questions since we were already talking about it. But I mean, thoughts on the debate last night? That was therapy question number one.
I mean, she's got a new nickname over here, dude. Killer Cam. Killer Cam.
Killer Cam, Killer Cam. Great song. Great song. Great album. Cameron's great. I love that he's just like vibing now and hosts a show with Mace and just talks shit and every once in a while freestyles, runs his mouth about famous people. I'm like, this is great. I'm so happy for Cameron.
Well, also, Leroy from the Challenge, his baby mama, Killer Cam, Challenge legend. She's out having kids right now, so she's not in the eras.
But she'll be back.
Oh, you can't.
Eras,
like,
it'll be Eras Part 2, and she'll be like a secret
like,
guest.
She's fucking like ruthless. Like, I mean, I wouldn't go against her in a fucking elimination. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was bad from the jump, and I think that this debate was probably worse for Trump than the first debate was for Joe Biden. Because Biden was like, no.
How could it be worse?
Because Biden was at least saying things that were moderately true, and then he'd like taper off. He'd be like, look, we need to address the issue at the border, but...
This is Trump was like exactly the same as the debate with Biden. Just Biden was so bad that like nobody talked about it. Like Trump just lying. Trump like the first debate said like he lowered prescription drug prices.
Oh yeah, no.
And it was like, but Biden did that. Like
there was a few times. There was a few times where Biden zinged him, but then he would trail off. He would trail off and start.
He said he said we finally beat Medicare.
No, I know, but I mean, but he started off like he would get out of the box quick.
Okay.
Blocks quick.
All right, but okay. I don't think Trump's getting knocked out of the race.
Trump said that people are eating cats and dogs. That's like something that somebody with dementia would say. I think that's worse than saying we finally beat Medicaid. That is like that's a bad. That sounds bad because it's still an intelligent statement.
Well, this is the thing, like Hannity and everybody's saying like like Hannity said this was the worst night was for ABC News, and like they're like blaming the moderators.
Well, of course,
which is what you do when you lose the fucking debate. So they're like that's them just acknowledging they lost. Also, they're mad about him getting fact checked 3 times. He got fact checked once that Haitians were not eating pets. 2, the woman had to say, in no state in the country is killing babies legal.
Yeah,
because he kept saying
infanticide's not legal.
Yeah, he just keeps saying that, like that fucking babies get born and then get murdered. Like it's a fact, and it's like how many? It's like okay, and then I forget the third one where they fact check him, but he lied. They counted it up 33 times. So if you want to have an argument about getting fact checked 3 times, hey, dipshit, don't fucking lie 33 times in the debate, and they won't have to check you on the facts. Like, and you're lucky it was just 3.
Yeah, I saw where it was like a bar, and it was like 100% speech or 100% debate for Trump, and then it was 75% lies, 25% imagination, and I was like, that's super true. But no, I mean, like this Haitians eating dogs. And all of these things, I mean, have been rampant on Twitter for weeks. Apparently, the Haitians eating dogs was actually started by somebody who's a neo-Nazi, helped start that and got it going on like 4chan and on X. And it just kept like a Rumble and shit, and it just kept building. So it took about 2 to 3 weeks for that to be created, and then for it to reach the debate stage and uttered out in a public forum, and then to argue. That was probably the worst part, is that whenever they said like, oh, well, we spoke with the city manager, they said that's not true. He could have like tried to recover. That's really hard to recover from, but he could have said, oh, I'm really, you know what? I need to get with my team. We need to look into that and try to get our facts straight. If that's no, but you could say that. It's still,
but it's Trump. He's gonna double down. Dude.
He said,
I saw the dude on TV.
That's the word. That's terrible. That's like, hey, I don't vaccinate my kids. Why? Because Jenny McCarthy posted something on her Facebook. Like that's the equivalent. I saw it on TV.
And what you saw was on the Hannity show with JD Vance on there, dude. I'm telling you.
I heard. I don't know if this is true or not. If it is, it's amazing. It's got to be made up, but that whenever they moved into the White House, that Trump was mad that there wasn't a TV channel that was like Animal Planet, but it was all gorilla stuff. I'm not even making this up. I mean, I think somebody made this up, but it made me laugh my ass off because it's like I feel like it would be believable. But he was mad that he was like, "What happened to the channel? Where's the channel with all the gorilla stuff?" So the White House staff were like, "Oh shit," and they compiled a bunch of gorilla footage and documentaries.
Is that Chim Crazy?
And dude, Chim Crazy's so good. Oh, it just ended. It just ended, dude. Chim Crazy's fucking wild.
I'm like 3 episodes in with the Iron Ape, and or maybe 4.
Was it me who was telling you to watch that shit?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
like periodically, the Iron Ape is just like, dude, Joseph wasn't lying, man. This is fucked up. Like that shit stresses me out, man. Like watching it, it gives me like anxiety. Chim Crazy.
Okay, so it's not real. Politico says it's not real. I wish it was. But so the hoax is that he was mad that there wasn't a channel that's all nothing but gorillas. And he's like, what happened to the gorilla channel? So this fake thing is Politico, Vanity Fair. See, that's what I'm saying. Like I've heard about this. And that's right. This is like it says it's from 2018. From 2018.
Don't get us flagged by YouTube and Spotify, man. Like out here pumping conspiracy theories.
I mean, this would be just funny if it was true, but that they had to scramble to make a channel of nothing but gorilla documentaries, and then would broadcast it to his bedroom, so he was happy with the gorilla channel.
Whenever Trump was doing all that birtherism shit with Obama, Bill Maher on his show said that Trump's parents are orangutans, and that Trump needs to provide his birth certificate to prove that he's not an orangutan, and Trump sued him for like $250 million for defamation, and then it obviously got thrown out. But
I mean,
so like if you said orangutans, like I mean, are they gorillas?
Dude, this Vanity Fair article is like long as shit, and it's like it talks about how like of all the fake things, like how this one's kind of believable. What happened to that gorilla
I don't
channel?
think that's believable at all, dude. Like he doesn't like animals.
He might like gorillas. I could see
he's
him
a
being
sociopath.
I could see him being a gorilla guy.
Dude, you don't bite in like a dog.
I like war heroes that don't get captured.
I like presidents that don't start pandemics.
I don't think he said that.
No, I said that.
No, I know. I was quoting Trump and talking about McCain. Shout out McCain. Shout out to John McCain, Mrs. McCain.
To be honest, when you first said that, I saw it and I was like, I get it.
No, I mean, yeah, if you're one of...
I mean, like a war hero is like somebody who like busts people out of prison, not somebody who just goes to prison.
But I mean, true, but also...
Also, I mean, this is a hot take right here. McCain used to say that when they would ask him, like they were torturing him, and they would ask him like what his comrades, his like fellow soldiers like names and shit were. He's like he would say that he gave him like the offensive line for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and then like but he said that same story, then he said like the Dallas Cowboys. It's like, dude.
Yeah, but that's probably like a regional thing, you know? Like, hey, I said the starting defensive line for the San Francisco 49ers. Like, you know, I'm sure that's when he's campaigning in California.
No.
Boomers, obviously.
You ain't got to lie to kick it, homie.
People would fall for that shit. Obviously.
Well, they obviously did.
Yeah, obviously they did, but not enough to be president. If you just kept it consistent, like, yeah, sad. Well, I mean, but you ran against, like, a fucking, like, all-time legend, you know? I can't stand Meghan McCain. She drives me insane.
Yeah.
Would
you hook up with her?
That might be worse than being captured. No, no, definitely not. Yeah, she just gets on my nerves. But yeah, I mean, debate, definitely a big dub for Comrade Kamala. and her Marxist professor dad.
I even to my mom,
Bro.
like before the debate, I was like, Kamala's a Marxist. Everybody knows. And then verbatim, he says, Kamala's a Marxist. Everybody knows that. I was like, I fucking told, because I watched it with my mom. Like I got her to like laugh a couple of times. Like when uh, he was like, she doesn't believe in things that Americans believe in, like not fracking. And I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? My mom just like couldn't help herself and like busted out laughing.
Yeah, there was a couple times she baited him, she suckered him
Oh
in.
my god, the rallies! It was like insane. Like I knew it's easy to like fucking like
Oh,
trick him or
he was
manipulate him.
furious.
How quickly, like he just, oh, my rallies are the best. No, nobody leaves my rallies. Her rallies are fake. It's like, okay, dude. Like I would have done it again. My brother was saying he would have slipped, if he was Kamala, he would have slipped him a note, like just write tiny rallies on it, and then just hand him a note.
On like a big piece of paper.
No, like, he just reads
It's
it tiny.
it's really small. On a big guy. No, I mean, yeah, she basically was all over him. She set him up. They were definitely prepared. I mean, it's like you can't have like Laura Loomer and a bunch of fucking like, you know, the ghost of Roger Stone shirtless in a room prepping you for a debate. Like that doesn't. He's just like,
Hot.
look
That
at
hot.
my tattoo. Look at it. That's what you think about when you're up there with her. And he's like, yeah, that bitch. Like I'm at, and Laura Loomis in the corner, like, okay, with like a selfie stick in her weird ass face. Like it's such a clown car full of chuckle fucks and just ass hats that it's insurmountable. Like, and it was shown. That's why I say it was worse for Trump than I feel like it was for Biden the first time. Because yes, it showed that Biden like ain't all there. You know, it's time to, you know, this ship has sailed. We got to let him go. So while you couldn't point out the lies, like he was lying, but it wasn't as obvious. And then with her up there, it was like, oh fuck, this guy's like triggered as shit. He's full of it. He's lying his ass off. And it was so apparent that at least Biden was like, what? An old man who kept misspeaking, would lose his train of thought mid-sentence. That's like, oh, that's almost forgivable. You're like, oh damn,
Yeah, it's forgivable. It's just tough to vote for him like, for 4 more years.
No, for sure. But what he just did, not only is it hard to vote on for the next 4 years, some of that shit's like unforgivably bad. It's like it looks so bad.
He wouldn't admit that he lost the election. Like,
but then he's also said that he did. So it's like he can't. He says what's beneficial in the moment.
So I got on the betting markets and to look at some prop bets for the debate. Would they shake hands? It was like plus 450. Yes, like I could have like raked in cash there. Like I didn't, you know what? I didn't factor in the power move of her walking straight over to him and like forcing him to shake her hand. I didn't factor that in, and so I was like,
yeah, dude, she's like, a prosecutor, DA.
I know.
She knows
I was like,
those.
No fucking way she wants to shake his hand. But like, okay, I get it after it happened. What were some of the other bets?
And she was itching. She's been itching to debate somebody like that, like 1-on-1, not like 5-on-1, 5-on-5. I mean, she's been in debates.
She bodied Mike Pence. Like, I mean, she got his ass.
No, I know. She like lives for that shit. She went to school for that shit. Like that's what she did every day in a courtroom. Is like argue her point and why her side is right and their side's wrong. Not if she's 100% right or wrong. Just why her opinion on it is correct. Like he will not debate her again. There's no way.
Oh no, fuck no.
There's no fucking way. She would eviscerate him.
And all of the right wingers are saying that Kamala won't debate him again because she knows that she lost.
Well, and
It's like, no, dude.
He went to the spin room and was like answering questions in the spin room.
That's also how you know he knows he lost, because you have to go to the spin room. The actual candidate go to the spin room to make some news. Like,
and they're like, well, Kamala didn't go to the spin room, and it's like because she knows that he's just gonna go in there and keep lying. So what does she?
No, she doesn't have. No,
she doesn't have to. Well, I'm saying there's no reason for her to.
Yeah, she's popping bottles of champagne. She's busy.
Yeah, she bodied him. And then what I'm saying is, you would think, I think most of the time, post the debates, no matter who it was, they would go into the spin room because he lies so much and there weren't fact checkers. So they would need to go try to set the record straight on some of the lies he told. So I think, if anything, Trump has forced other people to go to the spin room because he's also always going to go. So he's going to continue that conversation. But in this one, he's in there scrambling, trying to backtrack. And so she's like, oh no, please go do that. You're only going to make it worse for you.
Yeah, the art of war. It's like when your enemy is fucking up, like get the fuck out of the way and just let it happen. Like, don't stop them from like spiraling, like and self like destructing. Like,
yeah, trust people.
I heard that in the spin room, like Gavin Newsom's boner was like just like gigantic and could be seen from across the room.
It's that Cali sun, dude.
Dude. Thick.
Therapy question number 2. If you could solve one crime that's unsolved, what would it be and why?
Well, you go first, because I was looking at this and I was like trying to think of one, but
it's like unsolved crimes. I mean,
I get it.
If you want
like,
the
don't hit me with fucking OJ
if you want the fanfare, no, if you want like the fanfare and the accolades, like the easy ones are like solving the JFK shooting or something like that, solving an assassination attempt, right? Or another big one would be like solving the JonBenet Ramsey case. That would be huge. You get clout. You'd be on, like, they would bring back Ellen, the show, just for you to talk to Ellen, and then they tell her to go away again because she's a crazy bitch. But that would be huge if you solved the JonBenet Ramsey case.
I was just thinking about this the other day. Obama gave Ellen the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
Mm-hmm. But she had everybody convinced.
I'd like to have that one back.
Ellen, man, I remember when Ellen was like, hey guys, I'm gay. And everyone was like, oh my God. And I was like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't think that was that shocking of a move. Whenever she came out.
Her show got canceled.
Well, I know, which was fucking, what was that show? Grace? It's called Grace. That was a good show. So I was like, how are they just now finding out? Like, that's just like, so I guess with no social media and it just being like paparazzi photos, and we were young, but I wasn't like,
yeah, dude, people like cover up their gayness, like some people all their fucking life. Like,
yeah, I guess
look at Caitlyn Jenner's bitch ass. She's a whole woman that she was like, and like waited till she was 70.
True. Won a gold medal. First American to win the decathlon at the Olympics. The gold medal recipient. That's crazy. I don't think we've had one since.
And but it was a white guy.
But
or gal.
If you wanted to get the fanfare, you'd solve one of those big ones. I love true crime stuff, so my favorite, if I could, not favorite, but I would want to solve the West Mesa bone collector murders, which is like the crazy, like one of the weirdest true crime stories that's always perplexed me.
It's always perplexed you,
or
society.
Society. If you look it up, it's super wild. So basically, they were building a neighborhood in West Mesa, I think New Mexico, and they are this lady's walking her dog. Her dog takes off, brings back a human femur, and they're like, "What the fuck?" And they're building a neighborhood. Come to find out, this whole area is like a grave site for some dude that was going up there. So they didn't know when it started or when it happened. So they tracked the timeline of these murders using Google Earth, because there was nothing out there, and you could see where there's nothing, and then you could see where someone drove like 50 feet off this tiny road, and there's a big bald spot. And then you could look over the years, and you could see the bald spots growing and being in different spots where somebody was using it as a dumping site, and they never caught the person who did it. They think there's like 4 or 5 people it could be. One of them was killed, but they never really know who this person. Like, yeah, he got in like some weird stripper situation, and he got shot in self-defense, and that dude got killed. But they were never able to actually figure out who this person was. I think they killed maybe 11 people. And it's like wild because
that's light for serial killing.
But the way that they discovered where all these grave sites were was by going on Google Earth and looking at time-lapse photos to figure out geographically where they were, because they'd already basically built a neighborhood all over the top of this shit.
You know what that is? Space archaeology.
That's pretty crazy. I mean, that's some good, like, being solution oriented, like hopping on Google Earth and subpoenaing like the records. So they drew it out, and there's like, you could, like, I'm just telling you, if you're listening, look it up. It is one of the wildest things ever that they never. Or I'd solve the Jennings 8, which is another one where it's in the Jennings Parish in Louisiana, and there was 8 women that were killed. They were all some sort of like sex workers, but it's pretty much the police department like murdered all of these girls that were friends, and then a couple cops got killed. They could never prove anything, and it just went unsolved.
So you just want some true detective shit?
No, the Jefferson 8. Sorry, Jefferson 8. The Jennings 3 is another one where there's a corrupt police department. I think that's in Texas.
So like, are you going through the process of solving the crime, or are you just like gifted with the knowledge of what happened and you just tell people?
No, I'd want to go through. I'd want to solve it. I want to be boots on the ground.
McConaughey?
Maybe. I don't know if I'd be going Rust. I mean, he was cool, but that's a commitment. I don't like beer that much. I quit smoking cigarettes, so I do feel like that would be a little bit difficult, and I'm not good at sketches. But maybe like Jake Gyllenhaal in Prisoners, which is a crazy fucking movie, and be just all like in a trench coat and dark. But I'd rather solve it, man. I'd want to like actually solve it. Like, I wouldn't want it to be like, oh, I had a dream, then I'm like 2 steps away and a haircut from being Long Island Medium, and I'm not really digging that too much.
Shout out Long Island Medium.
Yeah, shout out, dude. That show's
all right, boys.
That show's crazy. But that's some boomer shit too. I'm gonna fallen for this stuff. Or who was that one guy who was a huge douche and used to do cold reading rooms? He'd be like, I'm somebody's grandpa's here. Feeling a grandpa.
Tyler, the Hollywood Medium.
No, I haven't. See, with that, it continues. It's those people get debunked and get caught, and then somebody else is like, "But I'm the real deal." I can't with that.
Yeah.
So, what crime would you unsolved crime? Doesn't have to be a murder, obviously.
I'm thinking the Trump Russia shit.
Okay, so you'd want to like expose all of the Trump.
Like, yeah, what, like exactly, like, because obviously. Someone's going, like, Paul Manafort gave their fucking like data like that they had like in the swing states to a Russian like fucking dude who worked for the FSB. They're like, by the way, check the analytics. New country listening, fucking Russia. Yes. I thought we were banned.
You were never banned. You are always welcome here, funny American boy.
We were like clowning them like on 3 different topics last week, and all of a sudden they popped up.
Yeah, they're like, "Hey man, I heard y'all are talking shit. Yeah, listen in or get out the pod." Yeah, that would be interesting, like the documents or the Trump Russia stuff, just in general. But that would be pretty tight. That would be, because then you'd get credit. You'd be like Snowden or some shit.
Except for like cooler
and like allowed to be here. Another one would be the big art, the greatest art heist, which happened in I think Boston.
I was gonna say that one too.
Can't remember, but that one's like fucked up because they cut the paintings out of the frames and rolled them up.
It's fine, dude.
It fucks them up, but I guess you
can restore it.
That might make it more like this one's actually cut out of the frame. It used to be stolen. Be like, ooh, extra $5 million.
Yeah, dude. Like people like fuck with the Mona Lisa all the time, like, and they just like.
Well, it's not that. I don't think that's the real one. Some of the ones that are on display aren't the actual Mona Lisa.
Dude, that's bullshit.
Yeah, maybe like the original's gone and they're all just like replicas.
No. If the original exists at the Louvre and they're not putting it up, what the fuck are we doing? I didn't come here to see some fucking bunk ass Mona Lisa, dude.
With that real shit, dog. With the UFO in the background, dude. Because aliens are real. Aliens are real, dog.
Bitch be eyeing me and shit.
See, but there's some good ones. But I wouldn't want to do any of like the big... Or DB Cooper, I guess would be tight. But that
maybe expose all the Saudis involved in 9/11. That's right, Saudi. I said it.
There was a thread of all like the stuff
it's 9/11 today.
I know, and there's like pictures of like their passports and pictures of boarding passes where some, I won't even get into that. Therapy question number 3: Found out a family member has stolen $10 million, and you're the only person that can keep them out of jail. And they're going to talk to you, but they only offer you $50K to keep quiet. Like, I'll give you 50 grand to not say anything. And they stole $10 million. Do you ask for more? Are you cool with that, or do you sell them out?
So this reminds me of so prom, senior year.
Okay.
As everybody knows, your boy went with the prom queen. So we're up all night drinking over at Hard Chucks. Her parents are like allowing it and like had like a margarita machine and shit. I think I took some ecstasy. But I was a baseball little league umpire at the time with our boy PJ, and we had 3 games, I think 3 or 4 games, I want to say. Next day, first one's like super early, like I don't even go to sleep, and it's like 100 fucking degrees out in Texas, and it's me and him are like working them together, and like after the first inning, I just puke everywhere, like on the field, like in between it, like the innings. And I just like look at Paul. I was like, I can't do this, dude. And I just went home. And so Paul umpired that game and the next 2 by himself. And then he told me that I have to give him my paycheck for those games, or he would tell like the head dude that I missed it. And I was like, nah. And he's like, and he thought it was insane that I wasn't just like immediately acquiescing and giving him my paycheck. And it caused like a huge problem between us. So this is what, it's like, yeah, I'll just take the 50 and like save the relationship.
Yeah.
I'll blackmail him for more later.
Yeah, just wait a little bit.
Yeah.
Wait it out, take 50 up front, ask for another 50 in like 6 months. Be like, hey, I blew through that shit, dog.
Yeah.
Feeling a little chatty.
Yeah.
Feeling chatty, dog.
Yeah, exactly.
I need some new noise canceling headphones because these voices in my head are just telling me that, I got to say something. So
yeah, you're slow playing it.
What you got on my new beats? What you got on my new beats, bro?
Exactly. I've got a slush fund for the rest of my fucking life. 10 mil.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, I'd say you take the 50 and just keep quiet. But that is like a low ball ass offer. I'd be like, bro, you got 10 mil and you're only offering me 50K. Like, you're a frugal bank robber. Get the fuck out of here, dude. What are you talking about?
That's like when Matt Kuchar had a stand-in caddy for this tournament. It wasn't his normal caddy, and like normally you tip him like the caddy, like it's like 10%, I think, or something, maybe even higher, of the winnings, and he won the tournament, and he gave him like $500, and everyone's like, whoa, what the fuck? He like won $1 million.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Here you go. Here's five Ben Franks for you, dude. Live it up.
Everybody lost their shit, and I think he paid him like, he acquiesced.
Yeah, I think you'd have to. But if they stole it, though, you took all the risk. So it's like, you're lucky I'm offering you anything. I could just take 20 and, you be done with you, dog. Like, don't make me. I mean,
when anybody offers me 50,000, my first thing I think about is yes.
Yeah, you're like, sure, I'm in.
Yeah. We'll figure it out later.
That's fair. That's fair. Do you need a break, or are you good? I mean, I'm fine. I'm always good. You always need the break. So you can
you can blame it on me.
Smoke a cigarette.
I don't even do that.
What are you talking?
We'll be right back.
Shut up.
Recording stopped.
When did that stop? You're lucky you don't have your headphones in. We'll be back in a second, y'all. This dude. Oh, what a goof.
progress.
And we're back.
Playing this like inspirational style piano music in the background right now because I just play music in the breaks. Very good.
For the video.
Yeah, for the
live stream.
For the
on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Kick. Which is like I question myself every day about it because there's wild shit that people stream now on Kick. Hey, can I kick it? Yes, you can. Can I kick it? Yes, you can.
The most recent thing that people are blowing up for is they do like the Monkey app or Omnicam or something, or Omni TV, where you like it just matches you with some random person to video chat with. And it's like
chat roulette.
Yeah, kind of like chat roulette, and it's like some of the cringiest shit I've ever seen in my life. Just like
one time, me and the
creepy
homies,
shit.
Me and the homies, the fraternity bros, were on chat roulette down in San Diego. All of a sudden, dialed into the fucking like dressing room of strip club. It's like 6 strippers, and then somebody accidentally hit skip.
Like it was like y'all hit skip?
Or yeah, accidentally. Chat roulette gold. Usually it's somebody's dick.
Yeah, now it's like people trying to get people to flash each other on there. But what they do is there's like dudes that live stream their whole interaction. So they don't tell anybody that they're live streaming it or recording it. And they're just like, it's pretty weird. It's like borderline, like these guys are going to go to jail. I'm like, what are you doing? And that's where it's like the whole issue with Kick is like they allow a lot of wild shit and gambling and kids gambling on their site. They used to be huge on Twitch and a bunch of other channels, but they don't allow that anymore because you're like teaching kids to gamble.
I mean, are they American? They should know how. Click clack.
All right, well, let's get into articles. Article number 1. This is actually from the Asheville like addiction page, but it's something that I was talking to you about. I think whenever I first mentioned it, you thought it was like I was actually talking about like gases in outer space. But this galaxy gas shit, which is nitrous oxide or laughing gas, is gotten fucking wild. This shit's gotten crazy. Where you might have seen it on like TikTok or Instagram or somewhere, where there's people and they have these big white canisters that are basically flavored whipped creams. That's what they are. You can buy them on Amazon. They're like liters or bigger. But people are just using them to do nitrous all day, driving around doing nitrous, doing it in public. There's some cringy ass shit with this. And Whippets have made a comeback.
Like it's Gen Z's not drinking, but they're like on
doing whippets. They're doing whippets. Like there's people there's streamers that do them all the time, and then it's like this person's addicted to them, so it's like all this whole fucking thing, which is crazy. But I went to like an addiction residential therapy, and there was a guy there for whippets, and he was like permanently like whipped, and like he told me like he had like he didn't have one of these canisters. He got like the giant like. You can buy boxes. So you used to buy like boxes with a cracker and a balloon.
No, this guy got like the industrial sized tank and was hitting it. Yeah, dude. Like I thought he was all fucked up like at the place, and nah, he's just like that. Yeah, over time it fucks you up. So we'll get into some of the side effects. Okay, but real quick, another anecdote. Recently, I was playing against somebody online poker in a tournament, and his screen name had something to do with like the Grateful Dead, and I was like, and I just like murked him for a bunch of chips, and I was like, hey, do another whip it, and without like any hesitation, he goes, dude, I got 2 canisters locked in right now. I was like, god damn, because like if you're a deadhead, like that's what they do at the fucking concerts is like they whippets is like the, like their thing, creme de la creme.
Well, you could get, creme brulee flavored because it's galaxy gas is nitrous oxide
Make sure
referred
this
to as.
isn't like a commercial for it.
No, it's terrible. This is like 15
No,
side
I read it.
effects.
I read it.
Has legitimate medical uses and culinary uses, but it's increasingly being abused, especially in flavored forms sold under the guise of whipped cream chargers. These products have become popular among those seeking a quick high. Here are 15 alarming and dangerous facts about flavored nitrous oxide abuse that you may make you think twice about doing it. I mean, I'll be honest. When I was younger, I've done like one or two whippets in my life. Um, I always thought huffing was kind of weird. I'd watch Cops and they'd pull some guy over and he'd have like gold paint around his mouth and no pants on, and they're like, "What are you doing?" They're like, "Oh, he's a huffer." I was like, "That looks really bad." Cops is a great deterrent to keep your kids from doing drugs. By the way,
Also,
early 90s.
Yeah, I did a with it and was like, "What the fuck are you guys even thinking about doing this shit?" But uh, there was an intervention episode where the chick was hooked on duster, like
Yeah,
yeah,
air
like
duster. Yeah.
yeah, air duster, like for your keyboards and shit. Yeah, that one gave me nightmares, dude. Like insanity. She's like, she went crazy and she's like huffing the shit, and I'm like, oh my god,
Well, and that's
like of course this is the worst shit ever. You're like huffing straight chemicals to your fucking dome.
yeah. I mean, that's something that Aaron Carter, R.I.P. Aaron
Oh,
Carter. He
R.I.P.
was well. He died. He died in his bathtub. You didn't hear about that? He like
When?
year or two ago,
Crazy. I did not know that.
and I was like,
Dark alert.
no, I mean, I was like, he would be on No Jumper with Adam 22 and stuff all the time, and they'd beef, and he'd talk shit, and he got that Medusa tattoo and all that wildness. But he supposedly he died from huff. He used to huff duster, and that's what really fucked him up. It like permafries you. It'll eat away at your brain over time.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, it's not fucking cool. It's like huffing shit is terrible. But flavored nitrous oxide is marketed as flavor as whipped creamers, which is true, and that's what these kids are doing is they're buying these big canisters that are like a liter. There's Galaxy Gas, and you could buy them on Amazon. You can go to their website and order this shit, and you can buy big liter, 2 liter, half-liter size canisters with
I can't believe they're coming in flavors, dude.
with the tip. Oh yeah, like peaches and cream, blackberry.
Which I guess makes sense, like, because I just did see and this was, like, I thought it was crazy, but also awesome. It was like a Reese's peanut butter cup, flavored whipped cream.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, huh. I was like, I guess that makes sense. That would be good because I put chocolate milk in I put chocolate syrup in my Fruity Pebbles.
The flavors that are easily accessible make them seem harmless. Flavored nitrous oxide is not for culinary use. Despite being marketed for culinary purposes, flavored nitrous oxide products are often not used as intended. The FDA does not approve these products for direct inhalation, yet they are increasingly misused in this manner. Just like we saw with pseudoephedrine years ago. It was intended as a cold remedy, but quickly became an easy way to make crystal meth. And that's exactly what this is. Like,
except for Sudafed doesn't even work, like for what it was supposed to do.
Yeah.
Found that out.
Yeah, I mean,
so it was just useful for meth.
yeah, it was just useful for making like meth in a 2 liter in your backyard.
That blue crystal.
The flavors are a major draw. Yeah, they have vanilla cupcake, blueberry mango, fruit punch, mango smoothie, tropical punch, watermelon lemonade, and strawberries and cream. Those are the flavors of.
They don't have peaches and cream.
That's the flavor of and they said that the gas doesn't do anything. Like it's not for culinary use. It's not gonna.
Right, nobody's actually.
Yeah.
It does do things. It just nobody's fucking buying
using
it.
Using
the companies would go out of business if they were relying on people to buy the flavored whipped cream nitrous oxide shit.
Yeah, while nitrous oxide is safe when used correctly, inhaling it directly can lead to oxygen deprivation, fainting, long-term neurological damage, or even death. The risk increased with the flavor versions because users are more likely to consume large amounts.
Because they taste good.
Yeah, I mean that's like the guy on Cops who was huffing the gold paint. Like I remember that vividly. That's like it was either gold or silver.
Are you sure
It's,
he wasn't just like sucking like C3PO's dick and
nah,
then
he was like totally like not wearing pants and had like a big and he was carrying a brown sack that had like the gold on the edge of it. It was all around his fucking mouth. It was crazy. That fucked me up as a kid. I was like, oh man, if I ever found out one of my friends was huffing paint, I'm selling that kid the fuck out. I'm selling you out. That's creepy. Yeah, I'd narc you out for huffing paint at like 10. That scared the shit out of me.
I mean, I wouldn't phrase it like that. I try to get you help.
Yeah, and when we're kids, narking you out, dude. Your parents step in. South Lake, dude. What are you doing? We gotta tell someone.
Saving your
You're
life.
not. You'll be gone for like. You'll be in school suspension for like 4 days. Your
In
parent.
school suspension. How about like
Let's be real. I mean, people were doing that shit. Would be doing wild shit at school. Most like there's.
yeah,
You
I
would
guess
never get.
so.
You would never get caught away from school, unless you were doing something stupid.
Unless you had gold paint all on your fucking grill.
There you go.
You ain't Paul Wall.
Addiction can develop through less discussed, though less discussed, nitrous oxide abuse can lead to psychological dependence. The rapid high and ease of access make it tempting to use repeatedly. Yep, it's cheap and accessible. Where do they talk about? No, it's not. I don't want to talk about that. Yeah, this is a wild one. Chronic use of nitrous oxide can lead to vitamin B12 deficiency, which can cause nerve damage. This condition is known as subacute combination degeneration, can result in numbness, difficulty walking, and even paralysis if it's not untreated. And it fucks with your dopamine. So then you like you're releasing it so quickly that's why you'll meet people that are like real like, hey man, and like they're never too up, they're never too down, they're like super baseline and perma-fried. It's because they've fried their dopamine receptors and
Never too down. They seem really down, bro.
I mean, they're down for anything that's going to get them high, so I can feel better, man. Nitrous oxide abuse can lead to short-term memory loss. The brain's hippocampus, responsible for forming new memories, is particularly affected, leading to difficulty recalling events and information. Not all nitrous oxide products are the same, and that's something I've noticed too. They don't. There's other shit in there besides nitrous oxide. So it's not just nitrous oxide. There's sodium oxide, sulfur oxide. Something that's like absolutely horrible for you to inhale.
Yeah,
So like
all
all of it. Well, I mean, if used correctly, laughing gas, it can be applied directly and be used appropriately, and it's not going to do any damage. But if every 15 minutes you're ripping this fucking canister of whippets, like these kids are getting perma-fried and they're driving around with it, that's made it so much more portable. At least before, you had to have like a cracker with a balloon, and it was this whole fucking ordeal. It wasn't like it was like easy. Now you could just sit around and be like, and it's just a little twist top with a nozzle on the top of these fucking things, dude. And these kids are hooked. And I'm not trying to sound like some old ass man, but this is fucking crazy. Like
no, it was fucking crazy when we were like young. I did it because it was at my M Clark. I don't know how to say.
Yeah.
It was at his bad and like
the cat. You're at the cat. You're at the cat.
Yeah. Felix.
Yeah, you're at Felix's. No, but I mean, and we all did or tried stupid shit, but this is like reached such a level and it's become so prevalent and it's so easily accessible that makes it worse. Like that would be a chore. If you're like 17, you can't buy these unless you're 21. But it's not like these kids that are
whoa, back the fuck up. So they're available on Amazon, but you have to be 21,
right?
So they know that like this is what they're used for.
It's crazy.
Come on, Bezos.
I think they sell them at smoke shops, dude. You can go to a vape store, like a vape cigarette store.
Well, yeah, you get the canisters like at some for sure, but like
big ass.
I mean, dude, that's like, you know, the Syrians just trying to make $1, dude, you know. Allegedly.
Dude, I'm sure Galaxy Gas ain't tripping because they're making crazy money. They're like, when we started this company, we just, we're like, oh, we're just going to make flavor. They had to make it with the intent of it being used this way.
Obviously. They called it Galaxy Gas, dude. They, like, I mean, I don't need my whipped cream to be, like, out of this world.
Yeah, right? Brand awareness. These brands are associated with abuse. Galaxy Gas, Whip It, Quick Whip, Easy Whip, Best Whip, Cream Right, Ultra Pure Whip. And like, no, man.
I mean, this just sounds like my porn history, like my search history right there.
No, that Cream Right, Ultra Pure Whip with the hyphen. That's true. Yeah, this is like an epidemic, man. These kids are running around.
Are we sure it's an epidemic?
Dude, yes. This is absolutely a problem. Absolutely a problem.
I mean, because you're talking to a guy who sold millions of dollars of Juul wholesale, like across the country, and just like got 14-year-olds addicted to nicotine. Like a boss.
Nicotine's good for memory. It helps fight Alzheimer's.
Well, I'm saying, is it like that?
I'd say it's worse.
Like a TikTok challenge? How could it be worse?
How is inhaling whippets and nitrous oxide constantly?
No, I know, but I'm saying like is it on that scale?
No, I mean not yet, but I mean I think it's picking up steam. It's a ball rolling downhill. I mean, and you'll see kids hanging outside of fucking gas stations hitting whippets, driving around. They have them in their car. Like, well, it's made it
where
so
else
much.
Are you supposed to do Galaxy Gas if not at a gas station?
Like huffers used to hide, man, because it was like a whole. It was like a whole chore. If you were out there huffing.
Yeah, and the Ku Klux Klan used to wear hoods, and we're just in a different world now, bro.
I know, and now they're mobily huff. They're like they can huff discreetly and anywhere, and that's a scary thought, man.
Yeah. Get off the gas. 50% of our audience is younger than us, so get off the fucking gas.
Yeah, dude. If you are like on no bonnet, like upon thy Lord, you gotta get off that shit, bro. Like,
yeah, dude. Like I know I like to say all gas, no brakes, but yeah, pump the brakes.
Galaxy Gas, your brakes won't work. Like you'll just be a drooling buffoon. There's somebody that
you'd be like Tonka and Chimp Crazy, dude.
There's somebody that we went to school
with after he stroked out.
And this is a crazy story, but there's someone we went to school with. He was a grade below us, and I was hanging out at the tree house with the tree, and this motherfucker shows up barefoot, no shirt. This dude's like perma-fried to the max, and he would always do whippets or acid or mushrooms or some sort of stupid shit. And he just shows up.
Oh, why did mushrooms catch a stray there?
Whenever you do all that stuff to the point to where you're like constantly, you're just perma-fried. You could do. I mean, it's a neurotoxin. If you eat too many mushrooms over time, you could die.
Okay, maybe die. I don't think so.
It's your eating.
I think it's impossible to die of mushrooms.
I think no. I mean, I don't think it's impossible.
Well, I actually died in a movie theater, Avatar 2. And so did everybody else. That happened, but I came back.
No, I think you could ingest enough mushrooms and
maybe
pass away. It's a neurotoxin. You're poisoning yourself.
Whatever, bro. There'd be a lot of mushrooms.
Yeah, but
it's like aspirin. Like I guess.
Dude shows up and is perma-fried. Probably take less aspirin than mushrooms though. It is absolutely perma-fried, and it's from doing like whippets and stuff. And we ended up giving him a ride home because somehow he wound up out by Lake Grapevine, and it was like the weirdest shit ever because we were all sitting around doing our own thing, and it's middle of the day, and there's a weird random knock at the door, and there's just this shirtless, shoeless dude in some jean shorts who's just like, "Hey man,
some jorts."
I thought I'd come by because I'm like stuck out here and I'm like lost. We were like, what the fuck? And then there was another time we just saw him wandering around White's Chapel, like and over by PJ's and Drobekistan's, like wandering around that because he lived in that neighborhood, just wandering around in the middle of the street, shirtless and barefoot. And I was like, oh my God, dude, like I can't with this. And this is when we were like 19. Something like that.
Get the fuck out of Texas, man.
Oh yeah, I was stuck. But yeah, don't fuck with that shit, man.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Grow up, quit huffing. Like,
yeah, be an adult. Get some fentanyl.
Conclusion: famous flavored nitrous oxide may seem like a harmless party trick, but the reality is far more dangerous. With enticing flavors and easy availability, which is wild. It's easy to see why this trend has taken off. However, the risks associated and its abuse are serious and shouldn't be ignored. And this is like from like the Asheville outreach being like, hey, is this in your kid's room? But it's just letting people know, like, hey, that shit's not good for you. It's like we have to remind everybody every once in a while that, like, hey,
Well, it's a recovery. Like they're just like it's like the FAQs and like shit, or it's like they're like, I'm sure they've got one on the website about alcohol and like
if you look it up, it's mostly Reddit threads that are like,
No, I know.
is
The Iron
Galaxy
Ape,
gas bad for me?
I thought I told the Iron Ape before we start recording about Galaxy Gas. He's like, I just found out what that was today on Reddit. I was like, today? He's like, yeah.
Because it's like blowing the fuck up. It's been going on for a little bit, and it's finally picking up steam. But there's like
2 weeks from now, Trump will be at a debate talking about how he's on Galaxy Gas.
He's like, I hit that gas. I hit it. I got the watermelon lemonade, a 1 liter. Got it off Amazon. I'm just like y'all.
She hates fracking. I love gas. Natural gas. Galaxy gas.
She probably wouldn't even hit it if I offered it to her, but I wouldn't because she's a communist Marxist.
Like all the shit he was
talking about. Do you hit the gas, Kamala? You'd be a lot cool. You'd be a lot cooler if you did. That's all I gotta say. Shout out to my Kia boys. On God. You're like, damn, dude, Trump took a hard pivot. He's really pushing Gen Z. That was weird, but kind of fucking cool.
Sometimes I get gas and I go to my skibbity toilet.
I was on the skibbity toilet, hitting that Galaxy gas. That Blackberry.
Like a dog.
That Blackberry whip.
It was like a dog, but then the dog got eaten.
Yeah. I make my dog take whippets. Yeah, I mean, if you see someone doing this, they're a fucking moron.
Yeah.
Like, if you're out there actively huffing nitrous oxide all day, that's like, so Juul, yeah, terrible, I get it, whatever. And all the other things, I get it, like, bad.
It's not gonna melt your brain.
That is, like, fucking crazy to have that level of accessibility to it. There's drugs that would be considered hardcore that would do less permanent damage to your brain than
for sure
than fucking
Let's name them.
Well, no, we're not doing that.
I'm just kidding.
But but Galaxy Gas is totally bad for you. Cream Deluxe, and it's like got all these warning labels on it. Like it's just and the tip, the like mouth friendly nozzle tip on the end of it is like the icing on the cake. No pun intended. Because it's just like a little twist top. Like the most hardcore thing about that is like the nozzle mouthpiece.
It's the Grand Dame.
And that's all it's a mouthpiece. It's not a nozzle. That's a fucking mouthpiece, dude.
Oh, shout out Galaxy Gas. Get the bag, baby.
Oh, it's like a crypto pump and dump. We're gonna get them all hooked on it.
For sure.
We're gonna get shut the fuck down, and we're
exactly.
out, and we're the fuck out.
Yeah.
Don't you think that name's a little suspicious? Like people will figure, we don't give a shit. I'm just trying to make $1 million and I'm out. Yeah. I'm out to another galaxy on this gas, boy. Let's go. You cool? You a narc? You gonna hit this shit?
Yeah, it's the wild, wild west right now.
I bet you there's kids getting caught with that shit at school. Imagine getting caught with a 1 liter canister of nitrous oxide.
I bet you there's kids who've gotten, quote, caught, except for they didn't know what it was and they just like gave it back to them.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Definitely. Yeah. They're like, oh.
No, it's my flavor whipped cream because we had dessert at lunch. God, Mrs. Johnson.
And then, like, Mr. Man, where's all my shit, man?
God. Dude, you're a bot, bro.
Oh, you're an NPC, bro. You're such an NPC. Right, and we wonder why they say this stupid shit like you're an NPCs because they're all whipped up, dude. So if some kid walks up to you and is like, "Hey, man, what are you doing?"
Tell me.
Yeah, dude. Imagine Jesse Ventura. Jesse Ventura on
that's
a
what
whip.
That's what it's like. It's like, whoa.
Let's just
tight.
It's like it's like the sound you would imagine uranium that would melt your face off in the corner, like emitting.
It feels like your brain is melting, right? Like
it
while you're on it.
It kind of is.
Like what?
That's totally it too.
I know.
It's like the same.
Yeah, where's that sound coming from? I don't know.
That's my brain dying slowly. I can feel my brain pulsating life. It's just draining from it. Like you instantly drop like 10 HP in your health. Like their bars each time. And there's people doing it all day. But if some teenage kid outside a Quick Trip walks up to you and is like, "Hey man, you going to buy me some?" That dude's fucked up. That guy's on Galaxy Gas. He's packing.
I've honestly thought about the one time I did it and whether or not like it fucked my brain up. Like I kind of couldn't imagine doing it like all the time. That's like done. You're done, dude. Like, what do you give those people? Like a 2-week run before it's like no coming back?
I'm off that blueberry mango. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Ooh, I got the creme.
Although crime might drop though when you think about it, because I can't see if all of Gen Z ends up being hooked on Galaxy Gas, and like they're not gonna be. You're not effective. You're not gonna be good.
But no, man, they're gonna get broke and desperate and like and be like too dumb to like care. Like it's gonna suck. Like,
I have no money, and then they'll be like, "Oh man, my voice went back to normal." Shit.
I'll suck your dick for some gas, man.
Only a half liter. I'd like that blueberry mango. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't do drugs. Stay off of Galaxy Gas.
Or doing that.
No, don't.
All right, next article. This one comes from National Geographic. We're going to hit it and quit it. We finally know what caused Florida fish to spin in circles until they died. A new breakthrough points to toxins, yet the mystery of what sparked this bizarre phenomenon continues to puzzle experts, by Bethany Agliere. After tireless months of data collection and testing, scientists have likely pinpointed the cause of the spinning and dying fish in Florida: toxic algae. In November 2023, Florida Key residents began observing fish and rays, including the critically endangered small-tooth sawfish, whirling in circles, usually until they died. Scientists later recorded the phenomenon in more than 80 species, including parrotfish, bull sharks, and Goliath grouper. This prompted a collaborative investigation between governmental agencies, nonprofits, universities, and more to figure out the culprit before it could set back decades of conservation efforts for the sawfish. At least 54 of these unique rays, which sport tooth-studded saws, or rostrums, are confirmed dead, though many more likely also succumb to the toxins, experts say. There are only around 650 breeding sawfish females in Florida. After testing hundreds of water and fish samples, the experts concluded the symptomatic fish died from combined exposure to multiple toxins, possibly originating from multiple species of dinoflagellates, a type of microscopic algae. What do you think about that?
I mean, that sucks, but that's like nature.
Spinning in circles, dude.
But that's
they're
like
on
nature.
That Galaxy Gas. They were hitting the Galaxy Gas too hard, bro.
Yeah, man.
Blueberry,
see, like, man.
Florida
Vanilla cupcake.
Yeah,
man. Hit me in the gills with that shit.
What about the Goliath grouper on the Galaxy Gas, dude?
Dude, that's a
alliteration.
That's a
Goliath grouper
on Galaxy Gas. I'm about to pass away because my brain's fried. That sounds like nature. That definitely sounds like something where
that's climate change shit.
Well, when humans are like, what have we done? And then they look into it, and it's like toxic algae. But yeah, definitely. I mean,
you're saying you're like glad that it's nature and not like the pharmaceuticals.
Well, because that's normally what it is. They're like, shit,
right.
this we spilled that Cialis 6 years ago. Nobody knew about it. We buried it in that.
Gavin Newsom knew about it
in that reservoir. Yeah, that's why his boner's so hard.
Rock hard.
But when he wants,
he's got a fucking hammer, bro.
But. Yeah, so I mean, I'd rather it be like some toxic ass algae than something that we've done. Like,
well, it's kind of like what we done. It's like because it's been like it was so hot and like this algae, like they know it exists, but it's like further down like the waterway.
Yeah.
Usually, and then it like because of like some abnormalities in the climate, it like moved up there.
Although, I mean, shout out bull sharks. I kind of don't mind hearing bull sharks being fucked with.
Oh, me neither.
Most aggressive shark there is. You'll find them in like freshwater ponds. They're like fucking monsters. They swim upstream and wind up in like creeks and shit sometimes. Like bull sharks are fucking nasty, crazy work, dude. They're like, oh, we caught this bull shark. It had license plates, tires in its stomach. They just like eat shit. They're hyper aggressive. So anything that fucks up a bull shark, especially if it's Mother Nature doing the work, shout out.
Shout out algae.
But that's fucked up.
Except for not for the pool moon.
Yeah. But that is fucked up because, you know, the sawtooth fish are pretty chill. They look cool as fuck. You're like, that's an alien dog.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, we got to keep them safe.
I didn't know they were endangered.
I mean, just in Florida, but I feel like if you live in Florida, you're endangered in some way, shape, or form.
Oh, for sure.
Black, white, Hispanic.
You know what's
male,
except for if
female.
you're Florida man. If you're Florida man, you're not in danger.
If you're a white Florida man, you are the danger. That's the difference.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you're the one who knocks.
Yeah, you are. You're like, you know, I am the Grim Reaper. I am the Soul Taker. You are the black man. Although you don't want to be. If you watch the Crossroads music video, you identify with the black man who's snatching up souls and taking them to the afterlife. Shout out Bone Thugs.
Hey.
That's like, all right, that's a black man I can get behind. I like that black guy because he's taking the other black guys away. So I like that guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, we're here to support black on black crime.
Yeah. I will be black if I get to commit black on black crime.
We refuse to.
That's That's base. That's base, as the kids would say.
I know. I was saying that the other day.
That's base as fuck, man.
Ooh, that's that blueberry berry base.
Yeah, that's that fruit punch JoJo Siwa limited edition. Dude, just wait. There's gonna be somebody who like has.
That's that brain bleeder.
Got brain bleeder blackberry punch. This shit's ripping, dude. But it's only a matter of time before somebody is like branded, like puts their face on the side of a Galaxy gas can. They're like a collab.
Who do you think?
That'd be cool.
Flavor Flav.
That'd be cool if it was like Swifties or something. Nah, Flavor Flav was what like the #1 sponsor for the United States water polo team. He's just doing like side quests. He's like a poor man Snoop Dogg. So I think he knows better. But you know, I could easily see one of these dumbass rappers doing something like Lil Pump comes out with his own flavor of Galaxy Gas or something.
6ix9ine.
I think they're trying to lock him up. I think he's
and what else is new?
Like in the Dominican Republic, they're trying to get him to come back.
Hey, he's like Denzel. You can shoot me, but you can't kill me. I'm winning anyways. That's that guy. Oh, you know who could be? The Island Boys.
Yeah, I could see the Island Boys doing
Galaxy Gas. Like
Aiden Ross, easily. Yeah, we're the Galaxy Boys, and we just want some weapons. We're the Galaxy Boys.
Island Boy.
I love how that just.
And then they just like drown in the spa, like.
Yeah, it's like 3.5 feet deep, and they just like fucking drown because they're.
Yeah. Shout out Matthew Perry.
I'm gonna hit it underwater. That's crazy, man. That Matthew Perry stuff. He died, and they caught like everybody in 5 minutes, man. I think I talked about this before. That shit blows my mind that they were able to catch everybody who was involved in selling him. But then the motherfuckers.
They talked to the Quant, friend of the pod. He lives right across the street from that urgent care where he got the ketamine, and ABC News came and he like.
Yeah, you told me about that. It's just crazy how quickly they solved that. But there's ODs on stupid shit with fentanyl 24/7. People OD
fentanyl's coming from China, coming from Mexico, like the ketamine queen. You know, it's like out here, like there's like fucking, you know, like clinics that are
like
just like
pill farms and stuff.
No, like Prof G, who like went to South by Southwest and like had an appointment for like a ketamine like therapy, like when he was there. You know, it's like that shit's popping up everywhere. So ketamine is prevalent. Like fentanyl, I guess, there is medical uses apparently, but that's not the majority of fentanyl in the country is like illicit ketamine. It's like just being produced by like the pharmacies.
No, well, I know. I'm just saying it's crazy that he died and they like cracked the case and shut that shit down because he passed away.
Yeah, well, actually, the general manager of the restaurant I worked at, the Mermaid Tavern, him and I used to do blow in the back. He OD'd on like heroin, and they busted like 28 fucking people, like an entire ring out here in Ventura County, like because he was like homies with some of the cops. And they're like, "Oh, fuck this."
And they can
And
just got a warrant for his phone and searched his shit. I mean, yeah.
And then like I think they were just trying to find out who gave him the heroin, and then just like unraveled like this entire like fucking ring out here in Simi Valley, Reagan Country.
Some white people stuff, man. Let's go to the urgent care and get some ketamine. Said no black guy ever.
Next article from Reuters by Andrew Godsworth. U.S. says alleged white supremacists tried to use Telegram to spark race war. Summary. Prosecutors say suspects solicited attacks on black, Jewish, LGBTQ people, and immigrants. Charges carry prison terms up to 20 years if defendants convicted. U.S. prosecutors unveiled criminal charges on Monday against two alleged leaders of a white supremacist gang, saying they used the Telegram social media site to solicit attacks on black, Jewish, LGBT people, and immigrants, aiming to incite a race war. The group, dubbed the Telegram Collective.
Lame ass name.
I know. Dude, it's like, come on, guys, hit me up. Like, give me 15 minutes. I'll come up with your terrorist group, like, name, like, way better than that.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Dude, start paying your boys.
Sounds like some weird, like, geometry group that I'm not allowed in because I'm not smart enough in geometry group. We're the Telegram Collective, and, you know, obviously you're just...
Dude, if you have to put terror in your name, like, I don't think you're doing it.
Well, it'd be cool if it was the Terror Collective. That sounds like a group of assassins.
But they're on Telegram. Telegram.
No, I mean, I get it. It's just like
okay,
made it stupid. Made it more
I agree. The group, dubbed the Telegram Collective, used the site to celebrate white supremacist attacks around the world and solicit racially motivated violence, prosecutors said in an indictment unsealed in federal court in Sacramento, California. Dallas Humber, 34, of Elk Grove, California, and Matthew Allison, 37, of Boise, Idaho, each face 15 criminal counts, including soliciting hate crimes and conspiring to provide materials to support terrorism. The two were in custody, officials said, and it was not immediately clear if they had lawyers. The most serious charges carry a penalty up to 20 years. The group's targets also included U.S. government officials and critical infrastructure sites, with an overall goal of causing societal collapse in the United States, U.S. Justice Department officials said during an online news conference. The indictment reflects the department's response to the new technological face of white supremacist violence, as those seeking mass violence expand their reach online to encourage, solicit, and facilitate terrorist activities. Damn. But we were just saying, like, on Telegram, like these, you know, the far right, like, got on there, like, literally we were talking about it last week, and then here we go, we got like trying to incite a race war.
Well, and that's why they were trying to get the owner of Telegram to, like,
stop being a fucking
douche, galaxy gas nozzle and fucking,
or like a what's the fucking term? Complicit.
Yeah. Tacit approval. He doesn't do anything about it, therefore he's condoning it. It's just as bad as being a part of it. Yeah, I mean, and you know, hey, Boise, Idaho, I was talking about northern Idaho and how it's like white supremacist town and like it's fucking crazy. I went on my tangent and it sounded crazy, and then boom, week or two later it's in an article where it's like, no, that is like white supremacistville. The more north you go in Idaho, that in between Washington, Idaho, and Montana, that little tip, the panhandle part of it is like is fucking crazy town. So it's not surprising. I mean, that's like why people go to Telegram. That's why they go to Rumble. I almost said Tumblr.
Well, Telegram is like encrypted, so that's why they're doing it. They can do that shit there. Like Rumble is like it's like a Twitter for like white supremacists.
No, for sure.
That's what Twitter is now. So
yeah, it's true. They made the jump.
Twitter's the Twitter for white supremacy.
Yeah, it's X. X is the Twitter for white supremacists.
So did I don't get it. Like, why did like everybody collectively in the media decide that they're gonna always call it X, formerly Twitter? Like,
Well, I think
it's as if Prince, like when Prince said that, artist formerly known as Prince, to get out, it was to get out of a bad contract with a record company, but he came up with that. Like Elon doesn't just wants you to call it X, but it's like every single, like in writing, like in news articles and shit, X, formerly Twitter. Like, it's like, I like it that like they're not gonna let the Twitter name die, but I just didn't know. I didn't get the memo that we're all gonna do that in unison.
The app formerly known as Twitter.
Like, I thought that would die away, like eventually, but it's like,
I love that
it's like, it's like officially. Yeah, I know, it's like official.
Yeah, that's two names now. Twitter X. It's Itter. Would be like Zitter.
Speaking of that mongoloid, I don't even know what a mongoloid is. This is from Variety by Todd Spangler. Elon Musk's offer to father a child with Taylor Swift elicits disgust. You're creepy. Full stop. Also, shout out after the debate, Taylor Swift endorsed Kamala.
Yeah,
you already know.
She ended it with like signed like, what was it, like Crazy Cat Lady, and it's a picture of her with her cat.
Hey. I'm surprised that cat didn't get eaten by some Haitians.
There was a lot of chatter on
I'd eat her pussy.
Twitter and all that stuff. Just that, like, there was AI used that was like suggesting that she was going to endorse Donald Trump.
Yeah, so, he's the fucking one who posted it.
So I do think that her saying something about it, I think she wanted to just be like, no, like, this is for me, no more speculation. No, I'm serious. I think that
she endorsed Biden like last time. Like, it's not like this is crazy.
Well, I mean, obviously I think that she was going to endorse Kamala. I think that if she did it, maybe, I wouldn't say sooner, but
I think like
people pushing the propaganda and the false information that she was supporting Trump was just going to make her say something.
But it also gives her cover after like that horrific debate that he put on. Like, she's gonna be like, I watched the debate and I made my decision. It's like, and how are you gonna argue with that?
Yeah, that's true. And I saw where Elon's like, oh yeah, child and childless cat lady, and he tweeted, "Fine, Taylor, you win. I will give you a child and guard your cats with my life." What? He's so fucking weird. It's like,
okay, yeah, okay. So Musk, who has more than 197 million followers on X, was reacting to Swift's Instagram, saying that she'll vote for Harris. Writing in part, I believe we can accomplish so much more in the country if we are led by calm and not chaos. Swift made the endorsement following Tuesday. Musk's comments was swiftly condemned by commenters on X as disturbing, with some calling it sexual harassment. You're creepy, full stop, wrote Claudia Conway, daughter of former Trump aide Kellyanne Conway.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but the richest man on the planet casually telling a woman he's not dating that he's going to put a baby in her is so skin-crawling creepy. I don't know where to start. Armand Domaluski, a pro-democratic data scientist. Okay. Another X user posting past tweets from Musk directed at Swift wrote about the tech mogul's latest comment. Elon has been trying to get Taylor Swift's attention for years, and to my knowledge, she has never publicly acknowledged he exists. Another commenter on the platform wrote that Musk's message to the singer that I will impregnate you is sexual harassment. Swift's childless cat lady sign-off was reference to... Okay, but yeah. Dude.
Musk's father...
He's committed to...
Yeah, it says Musk has fathered 12 known children.
Yeah.
12 known children, in quotes, and is currently engaged in a custody battle with former girlfriend Grimes over 3 of them. Musk raised alarms about the dire threat of population collapse in Western countries in 2022, jokingly tweeted, "I'm doing my part to repopulate." Ha ha.
Was that joking?
Yeah, haha. I'm doing my part, as in like him having it. He's so fucking weird, man. Go fuck yourself. I'm gonna give you a baby, and watch your cats. Threaten me with a good time. Go fuck yourself.
Try to blackmail me with money?
Go fuck yourself.
Like how else do we blackmail people?
Yeah. Unless they got like P tapes. But no, super weird. Shout out T Swift. Not a big T Swift fan of like her music.
I mean,
It's
whatever.
not like into it, but like her first big hit single, "Love Story," when she still made country music, that was a great song. Love that song. But then it just kind of gets
Okay,
repetitive.
all right.
Well, that's what people forget. Is she started out as a country music singer.
No, I know. I didn't know that we had to give our takes on Taylor Swift.
Romeo, Papa, and Juliet.
Um, can I say this though?
Banger.
I didn't impregnate her. I'll put a baby in her.
Next article.
All right, last article, y'all. This is from the Wall Street Journal by Joshua Robinson and Andrew Beaton. That Olympic breakdancer everyone laughed at, she just became the world #1. That's right, bitches. Ooh, ooh. Ray Gunn, whose performance became one of the memes of the Paris Games, found herself top of the breaking world rankings this week due to a series of obscure bylaws from the sport's world governing body, Paris. For 17 days this summer, the Paris Olympics turned into a factory of indelible images. Steph Curry raining three-pointers, Simone Biles soaring to gymnastics gold, and Celine Dion belting out hits on the Eiffel Tower. But nothing went more viral than a brief clip of an Australian woman who went by the name Ray Gunn twisting around on the floor. Rachel Gunn, as it says on her passport. I didn't know that. Her name's Rachel Gunn. I thought it was just a cool name.
That's a tight nickname. If that's like a play on your actual name, that's even cooler.
Yeah.
No, it's tight.
Okay. Rachel Gunn, as it says on her passport, was the breakdancer whose performance launched 1,000 memes and earned her exactly 0 votes from the judge the whole time she was in Paris. But it's also paved the way for something else. A month after the games, Ray Gunn is now the #1 breaker in the world. What? Hip hop. This might seem like an egregious mistake to anybody who actually watched breaking's Olympic debut, or to the millions who didn't but caught the clips that set the internet on fire. Ray Gunn, a college lecturer in Sydney who focuses on the cultural politics of breaking. Oh my God, she's a professor on the politics of breaking.
That's some white people shit.
Dude, you crazy for that one, Australia?
You ever see the episode of the Boondocks where they have that African studies class and there's the black guy or the white guy who's the black African study professor? He's like Harambe and just keeps repeating that. Like that reminds me of this. Just like trying too hard. Like, I'm with the struggle. You guys want a Newport? I don't smoke them, but I keep a pack on me. You'd be like, what?
That's like the homie at the poker table asking my boy Dasman if he wore a cap to get the waves in his hair.
Yeah, like on some ignorant shit. Like
he's like, is that a rhetorical question? Okay. This.
Do you wear a cap to get those waves in your hair?
Yo. I'm spraying that galaxy gas through a ray gun. Whoa.
Dude, ray gun hits that, she wins gold, dude.
So this might seem like an egregious mistake to anybody who actually watched breaking's Olympic debut, or to the millions who didn't and caught the clips. Cultural politics of breaking lost her 3 dance-offs or battles by a combined score of 54-0. Except this isn't some kind of prank. Instead, her rise to the top is explained by the esoteric rules of the little-known World Dance Sport Federation, which felt compelled to issue a lengthy statement this week explaining how Ray Gunn really became the top-ranked breaker. According to the WDSF's breaking rules and regulations manual, the standings are based on athletes' top 4 performances over the previous 12 months. And last October, Ray Gunn earned a whole raft of points when she claimed first place at the Oceania Continental Championships. Since then, those points have only become more valuable. That's because there haven't been any chances for breakers to accumulate them for most of the past year. From the start of 2024 through the Paris Olympics, the WDSF intentionally stopped holding ranking events so that the breakers could focus solely on the last part of their Olympic qualification without the added pressure. Neither qualifying nor the Olympics had points on offer either because of the limited athlete quotas. The outcome couldn't have been more bizarre. Once the Olympics ended, many of the results included in the rankings simply expired. The WDSF said that left plenty of breakers with just one event's worth of ranking points. That's how Raygun's lone first place finish propelled her into the points tie with another B girl named Rico from Japan. Raygun won the number one slot over Rico in the end based on the Article 5.11 of the bylaws, which settles ties based on the level of the competition where the points were earned. Even in a sport as offbeat as breaking, no one had foreseen this level of weirdness. The scenario is so unusual that even the WDSF appears to be taking its own rankings as seriously as a kangaroo trying to play cricket. Okay.
Well, I mean, isn't her husband like on the governing body of this breakdancing? I'm pretty sure that like her husband, like her and her husband are both involved in this, to where it was like almost rigged that she won that competition in the first place. So they were questioning how she even made it there. I don't know if that's true or not true, but allegedly, I'm sure you're looking it up right now. But
I was just saying if they mentioned that, like, but that's basically the end of the article.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I've.
She's like Denzel. You can shoot me, but you can't kill me. I'm winning anyways. 0 points in the Olympics. I'm the number one world ranked motherfucker. And I came up with a class in college studying the politics of breaking. And I'm getting paid. I'm getting tenure.
Her husband did not judge the Oceania qualifiers. Because they call her Dr. Guns, so it's Dr. Ray Gun, dude. Because she has her doctorate
in politics of breaking.
That's crazy.
Dude, Australia, dude, seriously, drink more beer, Australia.
Foster's Australian for beer.
Tucker.
Oh, I say, like, what is it? Like, they replaced the T's with D's.
These nuts.
Oh, that was a good one. No, they'd be like, yeah, I killed my first wallaby when I was 13. 13. Like, oh, that's with my bad.
Yo, I got the Vegemite Galaxy guy.
With my bare hands.
Okay, you want to close this out? I got the kookaburra.
Man, I'm just so fascinated that everybody's hooked on whippets again. It's like time is a flat circle. You want to talk about True Detective and some Rust shit? Time is a flat fucking circle, man.
All right.
And that's totally what this is. It's just with whippets. Like, now we're going to have a whole nother generation of people hooked on whippets. And they're not.
Did we ever have a generation of people hooked on fucking whippets? We had like a few fucking idiots.
No, I think that, I mean,
we didn't have like the Amazon delivery next.
There's a lot of people that still go to like Fish concerts and shit that like.
No, I'm telling you.
Have Grateful Dead. If you like Grateful Dead, you probably listen to Fish. You probably listen to like String Cheese Incident.
People are bringing out the industrial tanks of nitrous at 2 Dead shows. Like, it's a thing.
That doesn't sound fun.
No shit.
I mean, I guess if you could do that like once a year, it wouldn't be too bad.
Okay, then you're not a deadhead, bro. Like, I know this dude. He's like rich, lives in Calabasas, and I was doing group therapy with him for about like 6 months, and he went to like 5 shows, like during that time, and he's like sober.
Oh yeah, I mean that's definitely like some trust fund kid shit.
No, he's not. He's like old. Like, he's like a grown ass man, like who, like, you know, ran a business.
And he's just vibing now.
He's always been vibing. He was like vibing too hard, and then he had to like get off the booze, and then but he's still deadhead.
Still on that gas though.
Yeah, he's still on that galaxy.
Again, no, that would ruin him. He'd be like, "This is so easy now." Trader Joe's, I got it.
He's slamming like 0.0 beers, I think, which
like 2 nozzles. Dude, there's videos of people like hitting it and like passing the fuck out.
Is there a way to like do you snort it, the nozzle?
Oh, I'm sure you could. That sounds like a horrible idea.
No shit, the whole thing's horrible, but I mean, like, what's the
I
natural progression of this shit?
I plug mine. Be
Oh,
like,
dude,
oh shit, bro,
dude,
damn.
this is what you do. You stick the nozzle in your bunghole, and then you just sit the fuck down.
I cut a hole in my chair.
Dude, that's the all gas, no brake shit.
Yeah, dude, that
whole liter up my ass.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Now I'm gassy.
I turned the nozzle on and just shoved it up there. I've
farted galaxy gas for 3 days straight.
I've been galaxy gassing all day.
I'm on that womp womp.
Dude, that's what you gotta call it. You on that womp, bro? But like, I don't know if I saw like a grown adult doing that shit, I'd probably just slap the fuck out of him. Like,
of course you have
to.
It's the right thing to
what
do.
are you doing?
Yeah, come on.
And there's been times, I go hang out at somebody's place and they got like a whole box of like cartridges, and they're like, "Oh," and I'm like, "Oh no, man,
for my paintball gun.
We've been doing this all day." It's like, no, it's not for your paintball gun. Although I do feel bad. There was one time when I was a kid, somebody had little NOS things, and we found them in our cul-de-sac. God, that sounds so suburban. But in our cul-de-sac, there was just a shit ton of them in the street. And I was like, "Hey, what are these?" And my dad was like, "Oh, they're probably for like an RC car or like a BB gun or something like that." And I was like, "Oh, okay." I didn't think anything of it.
You crack it and start ripping.
No, it was already cracked. It was a cracked. They were all cracked already. So he was like, "Oh, they're probably for this." I think that's what they told my dad. They were like, "Oh, it's for that little like RC car that was crazy fast." They're like, "Oh, we put NOS in it and do all this weird shit." And I was like, "Oh, that's cool." But now in hindsight, they were just yeah, 10 crack commandments. But then now that I think about it, they were probably just like doing whippets in the Southridge Lakes.
Oh, for sure, with their Confederate flag like out.
Yeah, definitely. No, they did have one. They did have one of those actually.
Yeah.
It was like in
states'
their
rights.
And they were like, it was like in their garage, and if I like rode my bike on their driveway to like turn around, they'd be like, "Quit riding on our driveway," and it would be like, "You're leaving tire marks on our driveway," and I was like, "Oh, okay." Like I didn't, but all right. And then that's when I was like, maybe they just don't like me. Wonder what gave it away. Although there was one time, true story, not my greatest moment. I didn't know, no idea what the Confederate flag was. And I had like a shit ton of bandanas. One of them was a Confederate flag, bro. That ass.
I'll tell you what it is. A bunch of treasonous losers. You lost. We shouldn't even know what the fuck that flag is. It should be fucking burned.
It's not even like their actual flag. It's like a variation, a battle flag, I believe.
Yeah.
It's like a variation of the actual
flag. Y'all
flag.
suck at battles.
Sheesh.
Ask Abe Lincoln. How'd that work out? Ask Ulysses S. Grant. How'd that work out?
Yeah. Wait till he sobers up and is awake.
No, he's never sober.
And then ask him.
Throw his fucking face on the goddamn 50.
The prettiest of bills. It is. It's the prettiest. It's very America. It's got red, white, blue. Let's go. What do you got? Anything else? Any poker stories? We didn't do it in the beginning. Do you have any?
I didn't play any live since the tournament, but I played an online tournament. 243 people, got 20. It doubled my money.
Nice, man. Let me keep it up. You've been beasting on that shit. It's pretty cool.
Meditate, bitches.
152. Save the cats and dogs from Galaxy Gas and get off the fucking whippets, idiots. Please, like, sweet Jesus, get off these fucking whippets. But yeah, y'all be good, be safe, stay out of trouble, don't do anything too fucking stupid, and as always, go fuck yourself.
Shout out to my dominatrix. Just go do it me, baby.
Recording stopped.